Hey, what's up everybody? It's Jesus here with the Vanbros. Today we're going to be doing a deck profile on the Chaos Breaker Dragon deck that was revealed today. This is actually a rough draft of the list, mainly because I have no idea if this list will work. But I was looking at what your game plan most likely is every turn. And with this guy, I kind of want to control the board, especially with Infinite Zero Dragon. And so, since you're trying to control with Infinite Zero Dragon and he takes up a lot of soul, I figured I want every other card in this list to give me plenty of soul. It's also pretty odd to build, because unlike other Brand Gate decks, this deck doesn't use a set order. They gave us plenty of Starvaders, but I'll be honest, the ones that are not in this deck are kind of crap. They don't really offer much. They're all Maple clones, and they don't do much when they're on the field except for get a lot of power, which is nice, but you already do 5 attacks, and you stop your opponent from attacking. So let's start off with the starter. I'm using Ruby Red. You could use any starter, but this should telegraph that I'm also not using the Starbaiter. I'm using Kyanite Blue, because when she's placed, you search for a prison and then put it in your hand and shuffle. And then with a prison, rest her or another unit and place the prison, soul charge 3. Off the bat, you're already soul charging 3 cards, which is great. Your grade 2 is Radon. I don't know if there's any other better grade 2s in Brant that are a little generic, but Radon still seems to be the better one, especially because if your opponent doesn't have a front row rear guard, you can go ahead and use this guy to go ahead and ride up for free. And then we have Chaos Breaker Dragon. I went over all of the Chaos Breaker, all the Starvaders in another video, which I will have linked down below, or it's the video at the very end of the linked at the very end of the of this video. But yeah, we have Chaos Breaker. Pretty solid card. I like the way that they did it. I don't really have any notes. I'm kind of glad he doesn't lock 2. I feel like locking 2 for your opponent, or true lock, is a bit broken. I thought I wanted that, but I'll be honest, I don't know how they would balance it properly. I think this is a pretty proper way of doing Chaos Breaker. You still have his ability to wipe boards, but the cool thing about it is you're playing into more like thought-provoking like control. But yeah, we run the Chaos Breaker. For the main list, we run 3 copies of our Persona Ride. Obviously, it's standard. You have to. Then we run 4 copies of Infinite Zero. Infinite Zero is a guy that helps you with your board wipe for Soul Blast 2 if you're Limit Break 4, or if you, I say Limit Break, but you just need to be at 4 damage. Or if you Persona Road, when you Soul Blast 2 instead of retiring, or instead of locking 1, you lock 2. And then he restands himself when your Vanguard attacks for Energy Blast 3. The next card we have is Colony Maker. Colony Maker is great. CB1, look at the top 7 at a Starvader, or call a grade 1 with Starvader and its name from drop to a rear circle. Not only that, but when she attacks, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Starvader in its name, she gets 5k, and if your opponent has a locked card, it gets another 5k, so it's a 20k attacker. From there, I run the Energy Cycler. There are 2 cards in this deck that use energy. Colony, or not Colony Maker, Infinite Zero, as well as the Palladium. And besides those 2, I believe that yeah, those are really the only two. And I mean, you're gonna do both in one turn. He's mainly there just to have a pretty good discard. I tried to see the other cyclers, and I'll be honest, the other cyclers are kind of doo-doo because they either allow you to play another set order, which we don't run set orders in this deck, just the prison, or search for a set order, which again we don't run because of the prison. But it's good, especially like once like you start to have like some extra energy, especially if you go second, to be able to like draw, as well as what's it called? Use them for guarding, and occasionally maybe draw if you have any excess energy. If you do, great. If you don't, he's just discard fodder. From there, I actually needed to fill up the slot with 3 more cards, and I was looking at this card and I thought to myself, you know, the first line of text is not awful. When she's placed, and not during the battle phase, you look at the number of cards from the top of the deck equal to the set orders you have plus 1. Choose a card from among them, put it into soul. If you looked at 2, shuffle, and then you can do one of the following, which is you can add a card from your soul to hand, or you can choose a set order from soul and put it into hand. So she can pretty much search through your soul, which you're going to be soul charging quite a bit. So if you have like infinite zeros or palladiums in your soul, you can pick those up. Or not palladiums because it's a grade 1, but colony makers or infinite zeros, you can pick those up, or even copies of your persona ride. The other one, choose a set order from soul and put it in hand. You really don't need it. From there, we have Palladium, 4 copies. Then the card that everybody bought out, we have Colony Maker. Colony Maker is great because it makes your Vanguard, especially if you boost a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, it gets that your opponent cannot play Blitz orders, or when your opponent would call cards from hand to Guardian, they must call 2 or more. So even if you don't get huge numbers, cool thing about Chaos Breaker is that he gains a critical once you lock a card, which is great because now your attacks are super lethal. And then another great thing from her is she's also a pretty decent discard target because she calls herself from drop if you call if you ride a grade 3. So I really do like her. She maybe not a 4, but we're gonna test her out a 4. We run 2 Bulbo Mines. We could probably bump this up, but I think 2's fine. He also goes into Soul and he countercharges 1 at the end of the battle that he boosts. If you have a card in your order zone, which you will because you have the prison. From there, we run our 4 PGs. I chose Protection Twin Cast. It's another good discard target. You could use Fire Regalis, or because this is a deck that has a clan icon, you can also use Fire Blades or Fire Heart Blades or whatever. The prison that we set from the prison girl. This is Brant, so we're playing this fucking piece of shit. 3 soul fronts. I'm playing 2 copies of the restand heal trigger. This is for your restanding Vanguards, and 2 regular. This also helps too because like the thing is with Chaos Breaker, if you do choose to forego the bonus of locking a rearguard from the back row, what she does is it forces the opponent to use those popular restanding rearguards, and when that rearguard restands, this is also a 25k shield against that. So that's also great. And then a crit. But yeah, that is the list. If you are interested in building your own, if you're interested in testing out Chaos Breaker, I have the proxies available in the description. Not in the description. I have the proxy link available in the comment section. It's a pinned comment. Nobody reads the descriptions. If you have any suggestions for the list, feel free to give them. I'm always open for your input, and I appreciate the conversations that we have on the comment section. So, hey, please feel free to let me know if you have other avenues that you want to take this deck, if you like this build, or if you want to explore more options with this specific build. It's more heavy on Soul Charge, and you may deck out, but you know, all that it takes is just some regular testing to see if this works or not. But yeah, we'll see. Thank you guys for watching.